Welcome to Kansas, Gateway to Oz, and Around Kansas, a co-production of Ag AM in Kansas and Ren Radio. And we're starting our trek around the state of Kansas at our studio in Noto, and here at the largest Ren in the world. You can look it up on the internet. So anyway, let's get started and get around Kansas.
Let me tell you, Kansas is more than tornadoes. We're the best part of Dorothy Stream. We're the best part of Dorothy Stream.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress, powered by Kansas farmers. Ag AM in Kansas is brought to you in part by SureCrop. Liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm. Around Kansas is a series about people, places, and things around Kansas. It's a co-production of Ren Radio and Ag AM in Kansas. Well, we thought we would show you the home base of Ren Radio. This is it. It's 842 North Kansas Avenue in an area called Noto, the North Topeka Arts District. People say, what's Noto all about? Noto is North Topeka. Anyway, this is home base. This is renradio.net. What say we go inside, take a look around. Here we are inside. This is the studio area in what we call our Ren Studio and Gallery. We'll show you the gallery. Right now we're going to introduce you to Les Glenn, who is co-owner of Ren Radio, also chief bottle washer, engineer, program director, and all that. Les, hi.
Hello, Frank.
How many years have you got in this crazy business?
Over 30 right now.
All right. So actually, Ren Radio started out in your basement, right?
Yeah, about a year ago we started out. It was in January of last year. We started on the air with Ren Radio in my basement.
Yeah, and then we went on the air from Fairlawn Plaza in March in a small studio there with a window that looked out into the mall.
Yeah.
Then we had the opportunity to move over to the Arts District, which we felt that was a pretty good fit.
Yes, we are a perfect fit here in the Noto Arts District. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not only the history of Ren Radio, which is actually 87 years old, but now reborn a year old, but it is an arts district. We consider radio as an art form, so here we are. And Les, tell us a little bit about the operation. In other words, how many songs are in the library?
Over 3,000 songs right now, with the 50s, 60s, and the early 70s are in the library now, ranging from anywhere from Perry Como to the Beatles and anything.
How does this format differ from what some people call classic rock? This is a true oldies station.
The true oldies station, yes, it varies quite a bit from the classic rock format. We don't play the ZZ Tops, we don't play the Led Zeppelins and stuff like that. But it's the oldies, it's the baby boomer type radio, the 50s and 60s especially.
All right. Well, we're going to take a look around the studio and gallery here, and we'll kind of watch you do a little bit of what you do.
Okay.
All right.
Ren Radio, good times, great oldies with the moments in love on a two-way street. This is renradio.net, playing the great oldies of the 50s, 60s, and early 70s. I'm Les Glenn with the Honeycombs, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, and the Rascals straight ahead, right here on your oldie station, renradio.net.
Our studio and gallery is pretty much a work in progress. Right now in progress is our malt shop. We're kind of restoring a 1950s style malt shop in the corner of our studio and gallery here. It'll be a fun place to greet guests and have a cup of coffee, and who knows, sometime we might even make malts. Let's go over and take a look at some of the art. Some of our own art here in our studio and gallery is this particular painting by Naomi Cashman. This is the Wren bird, which is down at Huntoon and Topeka Boulevard, of course in the shadow of the state capitol. Naomi Cashman actually painted this bird when it was brought back to Topeka after it had gone out of the city for a while, but the Historical Society brought it back. We're going to go take a look at this big stone bird. Actually, it's a cement bird. It was made in 1922 in Kansas City, and it was first in front of the studio and transmitters in Tonganoxie, Kansas. It moved to Lawrence in front of the studio there, then to Topeka on top of the studio at 10th and Fillmore, and then it disappeared from Topeka and was found down in Arkansas and brought back to Topeka. Naomi repainted this bird, and of course, we'd like to get it over here to Noto.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
This hog is head over hoof for meal made from U.S. soybeans. Now, one hog isn't that impressive, but suppose we add another, and another, and another. Before long, you've got billions of hungry customers around the world all clamoring for the same thing. Our soybeans. Learn more about the billion-dollar appetite of animal agriculture at BeyondTheElevator.com. Brought to you by America's soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Now another gardening tip with Annette Jackson.
If you don't have a garden, you can still enjoy fresh vegetables by growing them in containers. Let Jackson's help you select the correct plants for your pots. Use Fertilome's Ultimate Potting Mix. Place pots in the sun and feed them weekly with Fertilome's water-soluble fertilizer. Water thoroughly when dry and watch your garden grow.
Jackson's grows over 50 varieties of tomato plants and 75 kinds of pepper plants. We'll help you choose the best variety.
Dr. Dan here. Whether I'm driving up and down the roads covering the state of Kansas or I'm getting between Riley and Manhattan for my job, I'm driving a Ford truck. I'd like you to come out and visit my friends here at Dick Edwards Ford. They have a truck that'll suit your needs, whether you're looking for power with a Power Stroke diesel, or if you're looking for fuel efficiency with the new EcoBoost engine, they got a truck that's just right for you. They're located 2 miles east of the Town Center Mall in Manhattan, Kansas, and they'll bend over backwards to help you. And I'll see you.
This segment is brought to you by Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, just a short drive down the Yellow Brick Road. And like we said, in addition to being a radio station, we are also an art gallery. We have art that is on loan currently from Southwind Gallery. We have some Harley art in here, as well as some pictures and some art that's Elvis Presley. And of course, people are welcome to come in any time that we're here, take a look at the art, have a cup of coffee, and have a good time. We want them to enjoy Ren Radio and the Noto Arts District, which, by the way, let's go take a look down the street at some of the people. One of our neighbors here in Noto, just a couple doors down, is Bradley's Corner Cafe. This restaurant is really a very, very popular place. During the day, people are going in and out. Right now, it's kind of a lull. But if you want good country cooking, Bradley's Cafe is a place to be in Noto. Another of our neighbors kind of down the block is Rusty Haggles Antiques and Collectibles. Rusty Haggles was one of the first ones to locate in Noto, and they've got some really interesting stuff. Right here is a sign that says First Friday Art Walk. Now, First Friday Art Walk is an art walk that takes place all over Topeka at the various art galleries. But if you ever come to Noto's First Friday Art Walk, these streets are filled with literally thousands of people. Let's say we go inside, take a look around. So we're inside Rusty Haggles Antiques and Collectibles, and this is Hal Gardner, the owner of it. And Hal, I had mentioned that you were one of the first shops to locate here in Noto. What brought you over here?
Well, we had both retired fairly recently, Gene from the public library and me as an educational administrator. And we've always had antiques and collectibles in our lives as a passion. And we just decided we'd turn it into a business.
Okay. Now, you have other dealers in here with you.
We do. We have a few.
Okay.
A few others.
And upstairs?
And upstairs we have 6 artists, art studios that we sublet. And then we also have a gallery where we feature the artists of the month each month.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's take a little bit of a look around the shop.
Absolutely.
Welcome to Kansas, gateway to art.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Dan Thompson from Doc Talk, and I'm excited to team up with Vance Publishing to honor some of the youngest and brightest professionals in agriculture today. And you can help us by nominating someone you may know. If you know somebody under the age of 40 that excels in animal production or food animal agriculture, food safety, transportation, or others, you can go to DocTalkTV.com and nominate someone for this award. Help us honor those who help us feed the world. For generations to come, and I'll see you down the road.
Get ready for the Kicker Country Stampede presented by Verizon Wireless, starring Jason Aldean, Trace Atkins. 4 days of camping and country music at Country Stampede, Little Big Town. The Pistolantes featuring Ashley Monroe, Miranda Lambert, and Angelina Presley. Country Stampede. Take advantage of our current pricing. Advanced pricing for a 4-day ticket is $135. Prices go up June 26. More info at countrystampede.com.
On the way to our shoot today, we stopped in at Four Corners. And Four Corners is where Highway 56 and Highway 75 come together south of Topeka. There's a great restaurant there. It's also, I guess you'd call it a John Wayne shrine. Take a look, you'll see what we mean.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.
American innovation is being driven in places you might not expect by people like Brent Hayek, an Oklahoma family farmer, who recently set a world land speed record in a Ford Super Duty pickup truck powered by renewable B20 biodiesel. Advanced performance is here, now, putting America on the fast track to more jobs and energy independence. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
This segment is brought to you by the Kansas Association of Wheat Growers and the Kansas Wheat Commission. Together, we are Kansas Wheat.
Around Kansas is in Osage City this morning, and we're at the Santa Fe Depot and Museum, and we are with
Catherine Houghton.
Okay, and Catherine, what's your role here?
I guess I'm vice president. I'm still vice president of the Historical Society.
Okay. And the Historical Society restored this station, is that correct?
Actually, we helped the city restore it when they rebuilt with a ICE-T grant from the Kansas Department of Transportation. We are the second group of historical folks.
Okay. Now, some history about the station. It was originally built when, in like 1870?
I believe this one was built in 1912 at a cost of $15,000.
Wow.
And the first one was built in 1869, I believe.
And did it burn down or just got replaced?
I think they replaced it. Osage had a couple of fires, and I don't know, that structure was wooden, and I don't know if that's why it was replaced or not.
Okay, what's unique about this particular design of depot? Because there were a lot of depots along the Santa Fe.
Ours is unique in that it's got, it has the Santa Fe insignia on both sides. And we also, it's not so unique to be stucco, but the visible corner bricks, unique. And then we have an open air smoking place for the gentlemen.
Okay. Talk about some of the features here, things that are original that you've restored, some things that maybe you've brought in from other places in town.
In the 70s, the back two bays, freight bays, were torn off, and then in the year 2000 or the early 2000s, we had the grant and restored those. We've taken in donations from the historical newspaper office here in town. We've got a printing press and all the printing drawers, and we've had donations from the Edwin Foose family of several things. The benches that we're sitting on, they were given to us. We've got paperwork galore. We have had a gentleman, Ernie Johnson, donated World War I uniforms, and he's quite a craftsman, and he built a beautiful case to display them in. We provided the funding, which our funding came from a private donation from the Osher Memorial. Above us, we have the chandelier that was donated from the bank when the opera well, it was an opera house originally, then it was a movie house, and then it was a bowling alley. When it was a bowling alley, it fell in. And so we had this wonderful chandelier that was restored by Ernie Johnson. And a lot of everything we do, I think, is basically volunteer. The city does own the building, they do maintain it, and they do pay the utilities. But as far as the inside of the museum,
When we come back, we're going to talk about the train room. No, there's not a big train in it, but a whole lot of little trains.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Dan Thompson from Doc Talk, and I'm excited to team up with Vance Publishing to honor some of the youngest and brightest professionals in agriculture today. And you can help us by nominating someone you may know. If you know somebody under the age of 40 that excels in animal production or food animal agriculture, food safety, transportation, or others, you can go to DocTalkTV.com and nominate someone for this award. Help us honor those who help us feed the world for generations to come, and I'll see you down the road.
Tar Waters has what you need for all seasons for around the farm and home. Working, hunting, growing, feeding, snow removal, even fun for the kids. And a service department with experienced techs to help keep your equipment in top running condition. Tar Waters has a huge selection and the best prices. Tar Water Farm and Home, family owned and operated since 1978. They have what you need.
Golf Week calls it the best course you can play in Kansas. But once you play, you'll want to stay. Go for it. Firekeeper Golf Course at Prairie Band Casino and Resort is just north of Topeka off Highway 75. Our stay and play package is worth the trip. Luxury hotel room, green fees, and golf cart for two, starting at just $169.
Prairie Band Casino and Resort. Go for it!
This segment is brought to you by Roy Fry Western Lifestyles, dressing Northeast Kansas their Western best for almost 60 years. There are a lot of rooms here in the Depot Museum in Osage City, and one of them is full of trains, and this entire display was set up by
Robert Youngers.
All right. Now, Robert, am I to understand that this design is pretty much the way Osage City looked at one time?
At least this part right here. This is how some of the tracks are arranged. Of course, I had to condense it because due to space restraints.
Uh-huh. How many trains are in this display?
Oh, probably. You counting engines or cars?
Well, you tell me.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe about 20 engines, maybe about 100 cars.
Wow. Okay. And so, how did this all get started?
It started a long time ago with about 1999 when we first started having a Christmas opener in town. And when the museum's open, I'd bring my stuff down and set up a little layout every year.
And so now it's just grown and
yeah,
grown.
and the last 3 years, last couple of years, it's just been this one.
Uh-huh. So how often are you over here running the trains? Do you do it on the weekends or?
Yeah, as much as I can.
Sure.
I work every other weekend, so it's kind of hard to.
Uh-huh. Okay, Bobby, tell us a little bit about the caboose. I understand you're kind of in charge of this.
Yeah, this is a 1978 wide division caboose that was built for the Santa Fe.
Uh-huh. Now the caboose, the function of the caboose was actually what in its beginning?
Well, the primary purpose was for the crew on the rear of the train to keep watch over, see for any problems. If there was, they could stop the train to prevent an accident.
So actually the caboose was the brakes on the train, is that right?
Yeah, for the rear.
Wow. It stopped this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And over here, is this the brake?
That's the hand brake for us, just setting the brakes on this when they're parking it.
Okay. So now the caboose is in the process of being restored?
Yeah, it has been for quite a few years. There's still a lot of parts that we need for it. And of course it needs a new exterior paint job.
Okay. Well, but the interior looks pretty much like it did, what, in 56 or so?
Yeah, it's still pretty much the same as it was when it was built.
Okay, great. Very good. Well, you got to see the caboose. Kids especially like the caboose. Coming up, we're going to visit the parlor and then have a little talk with the Chamber of Commerce in Osage City. We'll be back.
This is the fast track to more jobs and America's energy independence. Advanced Performance is here now. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
Roy Fry Western Lifestyles brings the cowboy or cowgirl out in all of us. With a huge selection of must-have items, it doesn't matter if you're shopping for your horse, picking up some Western accessories to add that rustic charm to your home, or simply treating yourself. The knowledge and expertise to dress you your Western best is right here at Roy Fry Western Lifestyles, Highway 24 and Kansas Avenue in Topeka.
I'm Dennis Tebow. My wife and I, Kathy, are the owners of Wolf Creek Cattle Company. We have grown to approximately 70 bulls.
I'm Reese Arnold. I'm the livestock manager at Wolf Creek Cattle Company. You know, these are not just like normal cattle. These cattle, they're hauled anywhere from, 8 to 10 hours a day across the United States and asked to perform. The Multi-Man 90 keeps them kind of level. It maintains and balances their system. The stress level's less when, when everything's right and working right, then they're working right.
This segment brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Okay, now there's an interesting parlor in here too. People need to understand, of course, radio and TV wasn't always around. So when you were waiting for the train, you needed some entertainment. Can you tell us about that parlor?
Yeah, well, I don't think that parlor was part of the original train, but because Mrs. Osier donated a nice sum to us, we changed that room into Mrs. Osier's parlor. We've had a player piano donated. We've had a popcorn popper, that you put over the fireplace. We have a Victrola that has been here many years, and we purchased a settee arrangement to put in there.
We're very happy to start our series around Kansas here in Osage City, Kansas, and we've already met Catherine, and you are?
I'm Wilma Booth, and I'm the Chamber President. We appreciate you coming today, and we welcome you to Osage City and allowing us to be the first to kick off this series. We hope that everyone will come back and visit our museum as well as our Gilday gas station. There is times when it's not open, and Catherine's number is posted, so just give her a call. She's always glad to come down and open up the museum, and we hope to see a lot of folks coming to visit us.
Very good.
Welcome to Kansas, gateway to Oz. Under the rainbow, this is where it was. Hollyhocks and red ripe tomatoes, hand-churned homemade ice cream. Let me tell you, Kansas is more than tornadoes. It's the best part of Dorothy's dream. Welcome to Kansas, gateway to Oz. Under the rainbow, this is where it was. Hollyhocks and red ripe tomatoes, hand-churned homemade ice cream. Let me tell you, Kansas is more than tornadoes. We're the best part of Dorothy's dream. We're the best part of Dorothy's dream.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.